Alright guys, welcome back to Copa Mexico 6, hosted by Combi clan. We've got Uzzi representing them up against MVP playing for GMAX. MVP is here today on the Britons in the green trunks. So a nice archer civ with increased foot archer range other than skirms. Access to that unique bowman, longbowman, that can actually outrange castles, I believe. Well, Uzzi, Hindustanis, one of the new Indian civs, released in the latest DLC, cheaper villager cost, really strong camel line, reasonable gunpowder units as well. We'll have to see who is going to be the better player today. And yeah, thanks guys for watching Copa Mexico 6. It's a tournament for the Mexican community, for the Spanish community. And I'm really, I guess, the first English caster of it. So thank you for watching. A lot of turkeys here for our players. MVP. Oh, is he going to try and lame the boar? Looks like he might be able to. Although, Uzzi, scout here on defense. Gonna be able to see this going on. Try and both body block the boar and work away at his opponent's scout here. The MVP have to try and get his own scout back home and stay inside leash range of the boar, which he's just lost. So this fella is going to start running. Yeah, he's not happy.
No.
So his own scout very low. So was he going to force him to have to garrison him and heal him up? A lame attempt, not working. Just offering a little bit of damage on his opponent's boar, and it's now in prime position to be leashed by Uzzi's villagers. MVP actually not going to garrison yet. He still needs to find a couple more turkeys before he actually garrisons up his scout to heal him. He needs to try and find where his safe-ish hunts are. Well, Combi Uzzi is going to be able to go for the lame now because his own scout has a reasonable amount of health. So it's tricky. You got to stay within range of the boar that it doesn't de-aggro, but also not die to either the boar or your opponent's scout. So MVP losing his scout there, and now Uzzi, with some careful control, might be able to lame the boar of MVP. It's called laming because it's a bit of a dog act. It's pretty lame, dude. So Uzzi's got to be very careful here. He doesn't want to lose the scout, but eventually I think he will have to attack it again with something. Eventually it will de-aggro, even if he stays in range after a certain point. So he is going to need to be very good with a villager aggro here. But now it's in range to go for a standard vill kill. Actually, no, I take that back. As long as you stay in aggro radius. Oops, so he's going to garrison. Actually, the scout can't garrison in TCs, can it? Is it only castles for stables units? Well, infantry and ranged, like foot units can. No, I believe paladins can. So, Uzzi instead going to go for the scout first, just making sure his opponent doesn't have a barracks. Oh, and there's turkeys here to lame as well for Uzzi. Does he know about those? No, he doesn't know about them just yet. But now that MVP's shown his hand that he'll try and lame something off Uzzi, Uzzi can go, fuck it, I'm going to lame everything I can off you. MVP can't quite see those turkeys yet. He's trying to wall himself in as well, or he'll find them. Going for the rush now, so it's good of him to find them. He's looking for the other one now. There we go. And it's just as well because Uzzi's stolen a boar off him. So Uzzi will be on the way to feudal age. His economy will be just absolutely roaring. He's still got some turkeys. MVP's had to resort to berries gathering, which, you know, there's both walk time to get to the mill, and it is slightly less quick than the hunting. So your opponent getting that third boar off you or in maps with only 2 boars, that second boar. It's just an absolute pain in the ass. So Militiaman here for MVP, and he's warming himself in. It's a big investment. Uzzi happy to go with a fairly open base and minimal defensive palisades here. Uzzi's got his next production facility on the way. It's a stables. MVP going to try focus down the palisade. Is he going to be quick on the repair? Got a house there involved in the walling. So the beauty of that is, rather than having to worry about palisades you're going to delete later, as long as you've got space to delete one of them later, I'd just put a house down for part of it. Save yourself getting a house later, save yourself in the wood. Houses being used as part of this wall off. There's even houses used as part of the wall off here for MVP, and on top of that you can stack them behind the palisades for an even better wall off. So scout cavalry being stacked up here for Uzzi. MVP's just gone for the 3 militia in the meanwhile. He wants to work away as much as he can at the palisades. Uzzi doesn't want to overgather out of the 1 forage bush and probably wants to get the others now. But I mean, if he does wear it out, he can always just palisade wall behind it. So he deletes them all, actually, and he wants to take the fight with his villagers because he's now got the 4 scout cav microing that low one away. Nice fight there for Uzzi. He cleans up all the man-at-arms. Doesn't lose anything out of that. Is he going to send some more workers to go and gather some wood now? He's going to try and push MVP. Complete wall off for the minute, so he's nice and safe. Was he actually going to go for a forward tower? Because once he takes out a segment or 2 of the watchtower, I mean of the palisades, where there's no house wall because the tower is going to prevent the villager from putting him down, he should be able to push through this. So MVP is going to have to resort to getting some more military. He'll have to get some spears locked away in that there barracks. So he is in feudal age. Quick houses going down, so he'll be able to get these off. That's a big wood investment for him. He's going to slow down his second production facility here. Another quick house. So he will lose these houses. At the same time, Uzzi's forced to have to garrison these villas because it's a lot to bring them back. And he might look at committing towards another tower on the other side of the wood line soon. MVP starting to gather stone so he can defensively tower here. Another quick house, but the villager only able to get it so much done before she's got to resort to try and have to tower off at home. Really nice defensive building layout here by MVP. Lovely quick building, but will it be enough? Uzzi now raiding a lot of these stone and gold gathering villages, but MVP doesn't really have the wood to just throw down more on. He doesn't want to keep spending on houses, doesn't want to keep spending on palisades at this point. He just needs to try and keep as much alive as he can. Though he's going to drop another villager. But now he's going to want to try and add spears or go for a quick castle age if he can. He really only needs 3 gold to go to the next age. And he can just start pumping spears for the moment. Palisade quick wall attempt there, not quite successful. Uzzi, a lot of damage done so far, it seems. Ooh, but that Spearman going to be able to get out that defensive tower, quite nice. Interesting that there's no tower attempt there by Uzzi, but he's just going to start cutting some holes in the palisades here for MVP and just really making it easier for him to do run-bys. Able to camp the gold and the stone here, so MVP only needs 3 gold to try and age up. But will MVP let him get it? The villagers being forced to try and fight the villagers I mean, Village is being forced to try and fight the scouts. Well, wonderful micro there from Uzzi, avoiding spear damage. MVP also bringing back the low villagers to farm, and sending full health villagers to go mine. So, very smart from him. He's not going to lose any more of them in the meanwhile. So, wonderful balancing of his eco there, just to undo the harass for the most part. But it looks like MVP gonna have to replace part of this wall off, because Uzzi tearing through the palisades now. MVP just adding more vills for the moment. Uzzi gonna start aging up. Uzzi 2 vills down on MVP at the moment. But looks like Uzzi, probably that because of the age up. MVP adding wheelbarrow. I believe Uzzi may have already taken it. Can't tell until he finishes his castle age. But MVP having a wall off once again. So he's just having to spend on a lot more houses that he doesn't need. And now Uzzi's teched into archers, so these guys should be able to ward off a lot of these spearmen. And the scouts can continue to harass the structures and force more wood investment. Tower here, able to slowly chip away at the villagers, so MVP's got to reshuffle onto another wood line, and he's tapping out. GG. Uzzi takes the game.